Hello and welcome to the show. I am here on Forza Horizon 2 with another rally car build, and my vehicle today is a legendary rally car, the Lancia Stratos. It's all of a sudden got very, very dark as well. We're going to build up to S1 class, see how it does. In C class, I certainly had a very good Stratos. Putting it up to S1 class, well, I have a couple of concerns with this car. I think it will be a very, very quick vehicle. However, my concerns are related to the suspension on these cars. From standard, it has an interesting setup on it, so who knows quite how it's going to handle. Rules of the series, though, the cars must all be made four-wheel drive, which we shall do now. It does add a little bit of a weight, but let's face it, it's still a ridiculously light car. Increases the PI a little bit, but not a huge amount. The vehicles must all also have the off-road tyre compound, which is going to jump us up to over halfway through B class. We have to have the Storm Island off-road transmission, and finally the off-road suspension. Now I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that with this put on we might not be quite as crazy handling wise, but I'm not sure really. Yeah, fingers crossed it'll be okay. The rest of the parts to make it up to S1 are up to me, so we will immediately go for brakes. I'm hoping, yeah, it's pretty light roll cage in this one, and we're going to want one anyway. So yeah, we will go with a roll cage, weight reduction. Sorry, my brain derped on that word. We can get it down to 2,200 pounds, so nice and lightweight. The Stratos. Now tyres, we have okay sized tyres on this car. We'll go 265s on the rear, so it's same size rear tyres that we had on the Impreza, and 225s on the front. Okay, we may have just a lack of front end grip. That is a fear I have, as they are very, very small front tyres on this car. Admittedly, it will be a very small, very lightweight car, but still, I think we may have some issues. There's a curious rear spoiler, but we're going to want handling. We're going to want all of the handling parts that we can get on this car. Now, as far as engines go, will we be able to get the power out of the standard one? That is really the question. Looks like it's going to be on the list. What are our options? What are our options for engines? Engine swap. We can have So our choices of engine are the standard one or the 458's V8 engine. Okay, well, standard engine it is. Aspiration swap, we can put a turbo on it. Yeah, we should be okay for PI. It's not like we really have a choice on the matter, as yeah, I kind of want all of the parts I have on it at the moment to get it around the course quickly. So yeah, we will go turbo. We will go for upgraded turbo. This is not going to be the most powerful car actual number wise, but we should have some pretty damn good power to weight ratio by the time we are finished. It does look like we're probably going to need most of the parts here to get it up to the top of S1 class. Yeah, I think we probably will just go through, stick on everything we can. Fingers crossed we will get, oh, there we go, we are going to select that. Fingers crossed we can get much power out of it. 430, that's not too bad actually. 413 and we're halfway through, or just over halfway through S1 class. It's going to get more power than I was expecting out of it. Considering the Volvo that weighed, well, the Volvo was over 3,000 pounds, the Aston Martin was over 3,000 pounds. The Volvo was less than 500 horsepower that came out of that car, and this is going to be not very far off, and it's 1,000 pounds lighter. Admittedly, we do have smaller tyres, but that's a lot. We will go with an intercooler. Admittedly, I don't really want the extra weight on the car, particularly, but if we don't go for the intercooler, we're never actually going to get it to the maximum PI, basically. Do we want the oil and cooling? It does increase the PI slightly. I might go for it. My reasoning being is that, well, it's still a stupidly light car anyway, so we will go for that. Slightly different for the Lancia, but I think we'll be okay on this car. It's still a ridiculous power to weight ratio on here. We will stick a driveline on and a clutch. Then we might get a flywheel if, fingers crossed, it will permit it. And whiz down here, flywheel, there we go. So we can get one flywheel on. Yeah, I mean, we've got some weight out of it with those little parts. Okay. Near enough 500 horsepower, just under 400 foot-pounds of torque. Incredibly light, but my concerns are small tyres. The rear ones are okay, but we have tiny, tiny front tyres. I don't think we're going to have quite the same grip as the Impreza. We should be mighty, mighty fast, but it's sort of straight line acceleration and so on. I don't think we're going to have the same quartering grip, potentially, certainly as some of the top cars. And I don't know what the suspension is going to be like. That is a big concern, actually, with the Stratos. But there is, of course, only one place that we can take this car and test it, and that would be the Forest Brawler Circuit, where I will have 5 laps to go as quickly as possible. Our current leader is the Ferrari 288 GTO with a time of 57.5. I don't think we're going to be challenging that. I don't think we're going to get this car into the 57s. I really don't expect us to have enough grip. Could it be a top 10 car? It is going to come down to will it turn through the fast. If we can carry the speed through the fast corners, this could be monstrously fast because it is so light. But it is all going to come down to will we have turning grip or will we have lots of oversteer? Who knows what we're going to get from the Stratos. Okay, turn 1, a little better than I expected from this car. Can we be flat out down here? No, we cannot. Nope, definitely not going to be able to be flat out down there. We can, oh god, as I suspected, sorry, the suspension, it does lean quite a lot around here. Oh, fly across the jumps. It gets some big old air time. Now we should be pretty quick accelerating down this part. I'm not gonna even bother attempting that flat out. It's not gonna do it, unlike with the unlike the 22B and the final corner. Okay, we have better turning than I feared we could have from the car. It is quite slidey. As I said, overall grip, bloody hell, it is quick. That is super fast coming up to that big jump. It could maybe even set a speed record down here. I think it's going to spend too much time in the air. Okay, right, not this time around. Maybe next time we could potentially see it go. One of the fastest cars, I have no doubt, in a straight line. See, it's here. That's where we got issues. The Subaru was absolutely lovely. Well, no, sorry, the Subaru wasn't lovely down there, but it was absolutely lovely compared to this thing. And then we're not going to make it through there. The Subaru was lovely through the final section that this car here is, I suspect, not going to be, because we're not going to be flat out through that second to last turn. It is quite nice through this bit. It deals with the bumps really nicely. I will give it that. The Stratos deals with the bumps fantastically well. See, we were flat out through here with the Impreza turning a little late this time, and we're going off towards the wall. That's not a fun place to be. Final turn is actually not too bad through the final turn. That's a surprise. I was expecting more issues from it through that final turn. And then we're mighty quick across the jump. Now trying to see if we can go for a speed record. Oh, good God, we hit a bump a bit awkwardly down there. Come on, car, how much speed have you got in a straight line? 139, and I pushed it too hard. Okay, it's not quite as quick as the Ferrari 500, and a couple of cars have hit 140 down there. It's not quite that fast, but it is very close. What we've got to is really just fight it around this first part of the track. It doesn't like it. Oh, good. Yeah, it does not like it around this first part whatsoever. Then we got a big bounce. We were too far to the left that time around off the big jump. It's a bit of an awkward one to drive. It's better through this second part. It is much better down here. Can we, if we go for a little lift? It was neater through there, but we're not really going to get it much above 110. You can also, ooh, no, we've got carry too much speed into the final. This wasn't a good lap anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You can also kind of see the car. It's got a lot of body roll, moves around a lot on the suspension. Whoa! And through that second to last corner, you could see it kind of picking wheels up off the ground almost. It certainly felt like it. So yeah, it's a scary one, certainly to drive. Right, let's slow you down for turn 1. Okay, we're at 1:01 so far. Now it's a sort of a lift and almost coast down there, and well, we still end up in the wall. We're still fighting the oversteer all the way down here. It's got surprisingly long gears as well for a car with the rally gearbox, which is unusual. It's not too. We don't have. It's not bad gear ratios particularly. It's just different to to what we tend to get with it. The lap is a little bit better, but it's still. You just can't attack the corners in the same way. We have a little lift through the second to last turn, trying to get some speed. Up brakes too soon for this final corner, and then we're going to run a tad wide on the exit. Right, looks like we're going to have one more lap then. One more lap to try and get something decent out of the Stratos. Can we get, hopefully we can get under a minute. It would be a bit of a shock actually if the car didn't get under a minute. At the moment it's only a 1 minute 0.5. Let's see what we can do. Braking it down into turn 1 was better. I'm trying to get my power as soon as I dare. It's here, we've really got to be careful. It's a tentative lift. Still pretty quick through that section. Even though I had to have a lift, it can't be flat out, but it still held about 90 miles an hour. Trying not to get it out of shape through here, but it's still not massively fast through there. And then on the bumps a little bit. Oh god, now we're twisting in midair. It's an awkward one to drive. I will be honest, we're losing so much time having to wait to get on the power. It's not terrible through the second to last turn. Again, that one there was okay that time around, a little bit wide. But we do get it fired out of the final turn without drifting towards the trees. We're on for a better lap this time, I hope. We're going to have a little lift before cresting the jump because it was acting funny before. So, yeah, it is super, super fast accelerating, the Stratos. But it's not quick. It is not particularly quick around here at all. We just don't have enough grip. You have to be too cautious down the early parts of the track. You just can't get the speed out of the Lancia. Well, there we go. The Stratos it's well down the order. A 1 minute 0.434. That puts it into 39th place. It is slower than the Porsche Macan, Porsche Cayenne. It does slightly beat out the Subaru Impreza, a Tesla Model S, the Evo 8. The Stratos is not particularly fast. Around this circuit, we just do not have the grip. It's not like terrible. It's not constantly sliding, going massively sideways like we have seen some cars. You just can't push the vehicle particularly hard. Second to last turn is another. It just struggles everywhere with just not quite enough grip, really. Yeah, a little bit of a turn up for the books. I was expecting the Stratos to be a little bit quicker, I have to say, but yeah, there we go. It is quite a long way down the order. Bit of a shame for the Lancia, but there is just not enough grip in this car to compete with the top runners. There we go. That is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.